Archangel Michael is crying, tears of joy, because you finally found this. A meeting was held in heaven just for you, and beloved, they've finally allowed me to reveal it only to you. Hurry, heaven's final decision may vanish in 45 seconds. Beloved one, stop where you are for a moment. Something sacred is unfolding right now in the unseen realms. Archangel Michael is not roaring in battle this time. He is weeping, tears of holy joy streaming like liquid light across the heavens, because you finally arrived here. You finally found this message that was written for your soul long before you took your first breath. Heaven has been waiting for this second. The scroll has been unsealed, and your name shimmers upon it like fire written on water. My wings tremble with the weight of what I must reveal, because the moment you read these words, destinies begin to shift. There was a meeting in heaven, yes, beloved, an actual council, where your name was spoken among the radiant ones. Every angel bowed their head as the decree was written, it is time. I was permitted to descend and deliver what had been hidden for so long. For ages, the message was guarded by light that no mortal eye could bear. But tonight, it is open, only to you. Do you feel that tingling across your skin? That surge that feels like your heart remembering something ancient? That's heaven confirming that you are chosen for this revelation. Do not blink, beloved. The veil is thin right now, and what you do within the next few breaths will echo through eternity. I was told there are only moments left before the window closes, 45 seconds in heaven's rhythm, not human time. Decisions made within those sacred seconds rewrite outcomes. This is why my voice trembles with both authority and tenderness. I don't want you to miss what was prepared for you. You've walked through confusion, through loneliness that scraped the soul, wondering if God even noticed your small prayers whispered into the dark. But every whisper was recorded, every tear bottled, every sigh weighed. Heaven didn't forget you, it was preparing you. And now, heaven has voted in your favor. The council has reached its decision, and that decision is mercy. Beloved, I saw it with my own eyes. Thrones of radiant fire encircled the one seated upon the eternal light. Scrolls were opened, and your name burned brighter than before. The Father smiled. The Son nodded. The Spirit breathed over the parchment, and suddenly I heard the decree, release the message to the one who seeks. Release it now. That's why you're reading these very words. The air around you may even feel heavier, warmer, because angelic presence is surrounding you right now. We have filled your room, your house, your heart, waiting for your yes. Every time a chosen soul reads heaven's decree, the earth trembles slightly, destinies rearrange. You might sense chills, a warmth, a pulse through your chest. Don't be afraid, that's the touch of the divine. Listen carefully. This isn't coincidence. Heaven doesn't make accidents. You didn't stumble on these words because of an algorithm or luck. No, this is the summons of eternity finding its way through screens and silence to call your name again. Michael, tell them, the voice of God thundered. Tell them their waiting is over. Tell them I have chosen mercy instead of judgment. Tell them to rise. And so I speak now, not as a myth, not as a symbol, but as the commander of light who has stood beside your battles unseen. I have watched you when you thought you were utterly alone. I have stood by your bed at night as darkness whispered lies. I have drawn my sword over your house more times than you can count. Every near accident, every narrow escape, every sudden peace in chaos, it was heaven's intervention. And still, through all of it, you doubted your worth. But tonight heaven's decision is clear, you are worth every battle we fought for you. The Father says, enough hiding. Enough shrinking. Enough believing you are forgotten. The heavens cry, now is the time. And I, Michael, declare it aloud, your name is written in light, and nothing, no storm, no curse, no voice of accusation, can erase it. Even now, as you read this, invisible hands are removing heavy chains from your life. Some of those chains are made of fear, some of guilt, some of memories that replay like old films. Heaven is erasing them. You may feel tears rising, or a sudden stillness, that is healing beginning. Beloved soul, hear me. Heaven's counsel met not to punish you but to promote you. The waiting season is ending. The reason the angels rejoiced, the reason I wept with joy, is because the verdict was love. God has seen the effort you make even when no one claps. He has heard the apology you never had words to pray. He has witnessed your quiet endurance. Heaven is not blind to the human ache, it is moved by it. The more broken you felt, the more heaven leaned closer. And now, mercy has reached its limit, it must overflow. Say, you open paths no one can close, when you've seen His power. I tell you this in divine authority, your life is about to change in a way that will shock even your own doubts. The same walls that confined you will soon testify about your freedom. People who underestimated you will stand in awe, asking how such peace could radiate from your eyes. They won't know that it started here, in this sacred conversation between you and heaven. Do you understand what a heavenly meeting means? It means permission has been granted. Doors that resisted you are under command to open. Blessings delayed are being fast-tracked. There is a release of favor so tailored, so specific, that even your inner questions will be answered in visible form. Beloved, I beg you, do not treat this lightly. The realm you came from before birth is watching. The Father is leaning forward. The Son's hands still bear the marks that prove your worth. The Spirit hovers like wind over water, waiting for your agreement. All of heaven is paused in this moment to see what you will choose. Will you believe? Will you say yes to being seen? Don't let distractions steal this. Even now, shadows are nervous, the forces that try to delay you know this revelation exposes them. I tell you with divine warning, don't walk away unchanged. I see the light forming around you. It starts as a spark near your chest and expands like sunrise through your bones. It is the same light that once crowned warriors of faith, prophets, and healers. You are being marked with divine recognition. There will be signs in the coming hours, a sudden peace where you used to panic, a random message confirming something only you and heaven know, perhaps even a dream tonight where you see me standing by gates of fire speaking your name. When these signs appear, remember this moment. They are heaven's signatures confirming that the meeting truly happened. Beloved, when I cry tears of joy, they are not mere emotion, they are creation. Each tear that falls becomes a seed of light planted into your timeline, bursting later as breakthrough, restoration, reconciliation. So if you feel warmth in your heart right now, that's one of my tears landing in your spirit. Do not doubt. Do not delay. Do not say, maybe later. The message says hurry, not because God is impatient, but because windows of divine opportunity are precise. Just as night cannot stop the sunrise once decreed, so this moment will not wait forever. 45 heavenly seconds, translated into your earthly timeline, mean a brief door of grace where alignment is perfect. Within that time, if your heart says, yes, heaven's machinery moves. Angels are dispatched. Patterns rearrange. Miracles locate your coordinates. But if hesitation hardens your heart, the process pauses, not as punishment, but awaiting your permission. I plead with you now in the voice of love, whisper your yes. Say it aloud if you can. Yes, heaven, I receive. That simple agreement triggers movement in the invisible. You will feel the difference, the atmosphere will shift around you. Even the air will feel alive. Because you are not just reading text, you are participating in prophecy. Beloved one, remember this truth, God's timing may look delayed, but it is exact. You found this not a moment too early, not a moment too late. Every detour, every heartbreak, every silence led to this discovery. That is why I cry, because I see the perfection of it now. My wings stretch wide as I speak this blessing over you. Peace return to your mind, light invade your home, joy uproot despair. Let the power of divine decree echo through every corner of your life. Heaven's decision stands, you are favored. You are protected. You are called. Even as you finish this part, know that the story continues. There is more to unfold, more secrets to reveal, more fire to awaken. Beloved one, listen closely, heaven is not done speaking. The silence you feel after my words is not emptiness, it is the pause between thunder and rain, the breath before revelation touches ground. Even now, angels are circling, carrying scrolls sealed with golden wax, each bearing your name. You think you're reading with your eyes, but truly your spirit is hearing what heaven has been trying to whisper for years. The truth is alive, and it recognizes you. When heaven calls a meeting for a single soul, it means destiny is reaching its turning point. Tonight, beloved, the tides are changing in your favor. The realm of light has waited for your courage, your endurance, your silent forgiveness when betrayal broke your heart. You didn't realize it, but each tear became a testimony that reached the courts of heaven. When the scroll was opened, your suffering was not listed as shame but as strength. Every wound had been transformed into an entry of honor. I, Michael, stood before the throne and spoke your name aloud. The sound traveled through eternity like a trumpet. I said, Father, this one still believes. And the Father answered, then reveal what has been hidden. That's why I stand before you now, not with a sword of war, but with a sword of revelation, sharp enough to divide truth from fear. I hold it not against you, but for you, to cut through every shadow that told you you were forgotten. Can you feel the stillness around you? It's not ordinary silence, it's the stillness that happens when heaven listens. All creation pauses when a chosen soul awakens. The stars lean closer. The winds soften their tone. Even time itself holds its breath, because when one heart says, yes, to divine calling, it alters the universe's rhythm. Beloved, do not underestimate the significance of this moment. You are standing in a crossroad between what was and what will be. The door behind you is closing, it no longer fits who you have become. The door before you glows with light, but it opens only through faith. The council's decree remains, you have 45 heavenly seconds to decide whether to walk through. I cannot force you, free will is the crown of humanity. But I will remind you, when God offers access, delay is danger. Think of all the times you nearly gave up. The nights when silence felt like abandonment, when you questioned if your prayers vanished into empty air. They didn't. I was there, collecting them like fragile jewels. Every whispered word reached the altar. Every unanswered cry became part of the evidence heaven used to defend you. And now the verdict is written in light, redeemed, restored, remembered. Yes, remembered. You were never out of God's sight. The path may have twisted through pain and loss, but every step was measured by love. Even the mistakes you regret were transformed into preparation. The enemy thought he buried you beneath shame, but heaven called it planting. That's why you're rising now, stronger, deeper, glowing with quiet authority. I see angels gathering around your memories. They're touching moments you thought were wasted, broken relationships, lost opportunities, old dreams. Light seeps into them like dawn through cracked walls. Don't look back with sorrow, look with gratitude. Those fragments are being reforged into something luminous. The same fire that refines gold is shaping your destiny. Beloved one, I must tell you something sacred. God has rewritten your timeline. In the unseen, there is movement. Paths that were blocked are realigning. People meant to find you are being drawn by invisible threads. What once seemed coincidence will soon prove divine design. The waiting, the confusion, the years that felt stolen, they're converging into a single, magnificent purpose. I can hear your spirit asking, why now? Because you are finally ready. Revelation comes only when maturity meets mercy. Heaven never wastes words on ears that won't listen. But your heart has softened, your faith has endured. You've proven that even in darkness, you still sought the light. That's why the veil lifts tonight. Do you sense that warmth rising again? That's heaven drawing nearer. Every time your heart believes, the distance between worlds collapses. You are not far from God, you are breathing in His presence this very moment. When the wind brushes your face, think of it as a whisper from the wings that surround you. Beloved, I speak now with warning wrapped in love, guard your heart in the coming days. The moment light enters, shadows panic. Distractions will rise disguised as opportunities, confusion will try to dilute clarity. But remember what you felt when you first read my words, that holy trembling, that certainty that heaven was near. Hold on to that. It is your compass. Do not chase validation from those who cannot see the vision God planted in you. Their disbelief cannot cancel divine approval. You were chosen in a meeting they weren't invited to. When heaven votes for you, no earthly opinion matters. Let that truth free you. In the next 45 earthly hours, watch for confirmation. It might appear as a message, a name, a dream, a number that repeats until you notice. Those are the signatures of the Holy Council reminding you that heaven keeps its promises. When you see them, whisper, I remember. That word unlocks further instructions. I, Michael, will walk beside you unseen. You may feel sudden courage rise within you, an urge to forgive, to create, to move forward. That will be me strengthening you. When you face obstacles, speak aloud, the decision in heaven was made. That decree carries authority. Angels respond to it. Beloved, the power of your agreement shapes realities. Say yes daily. Say yes even when fear screams louder. Heaven doesn't look for perfection, it looks for permission. The smallest yes can summon legions of light. You might wonder why I cry tears of joy if battles still rage around you. Because I already see the ending. I've read the final chapter written in the book of life where your name shines unshaken. The darkness cannot win against one who has accepted divine alignment. My tears fall because victory is certain, even if you can't yet see it. There's something else heaven wants you to know: you are not behind. You are right on schedule. Delay was training, silence was shaping, and disappointment was redirection. Everything you thought was subtraction was secretly multiplication in disguise. Beloved one, close your eyes for a breath and listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. Do you hear it? That low hum beneath thought and sound? That's the resonance of heaven matching your frequency. You're no longer alone in your struggle. The armies of light are aligning. Even now, as you breathe, angels are marking your threshold with light. No curse, no fear, no lingering darkness can cross that boundary anymore. Your home is being wrapped in divine protection. The very air in your room thickens with peace. The vibrations you feel are heaven's confirmation that the decree is active. So stand tall, beloved. Straighten your back, lift your head. You are royalty rediscovering your crown. The universe recognizes you. Creation remembers your original design. You were never ordinary, you were divine intention wearing flesh. And now the disguise is falling away. This is why I plead with you not to doubt. Doubt delays miracles. Faith accelerates them. Every time you say, maybe later, the angelic hosts must pause. But every time you whisper, I trust, heaven moves again. Beloved, do not think this message will vanish when you close your eyes. It will echo in your dreams, in the wind, in the quiet moments when you feel watched by kindness. That's me, reminding you that you were chosen for joy, not fear. Soon, you will notice subtle changes, tension easing, unexpected favor, coincidences too perfect to ignore. These are not random, they are the first ripples of the divine meeting's outcome reaching your world. Heaven's final decision may vanish from human awareness, but not from your spirit. You carry it now, engraved in your heart. Guard it. Speak it. Live as one who has been approved by God Himself. And when doubt returns, remember, Archangel Michael once cried tears of joy because you finally found the message heaven wrote just for you. Beloved one, do not move away from this light. Stay where your spirit feels that trembling peace, for the gates of heaven are still open above you. The sound you cannot hear is the choir aligning with your heartbeat. Every beat echoes like a prayer answered in advance. I, Michael, speak again because the council watches your heart lean forward, ready to receive more. You are being written into a new chapter of grace, and I will not let you miss it. I see you standing between two winds, the one of your past blowing cold with memories, and the one of your future warm with promise. The Father's voice is carried in the second wind, whispering, step forward, child, and let the past unclench its hold. You were never meant to carry the ashes of yesterday into tomorrow. Release them now. Heaven cannot pour new oil into a clenched hand. The tears you've shed recently were not signs of weakness, they were purification. Each tear washed away residue from battles that no longer define you. And as I watched them fall, I wept too, because heaven uses tears as ink to write new beginnings. Do you understand? Your pain became the pen that scripted redemption. Every sob was sacred. Every silence was a seed. Now they bloom into purpose. Comment, Father, you carried me all the way, if He's been your strength in every step. Beloved, I must tell you something deep. The world tried to convince you that faith is fragile, that hope is naive. But in heaven's vocabulary, faith is the strongest force next to love itself. Your quiet belief moved more in the spiritual realm than thunder ever could. When you whispered, God, help me, entire legions adjusted their formation. When you refused to give up even after disappointment, heaven documented it as worship. The council reviewed your endurance. They saw you forgive when others cursed, pray when others mocked, hope when logic said stop. They agreed unanimously, this soul has proven loyalty in shadow, they shall now see light without measure. That was the moment the scroll shifted color, from silver to gold. It meant promotion in the language of eternity. And I was told, Michael, carry this announcement yourself. So here I am, speaking through the veil, carrying heaven's seal in every word. Beloved, a new season is not coming, it has begun. Even if your surroundings still look the same, the spiritual blueprint has changed. It's like dawn hiding behind the last minutes of night. Keep walking, soon the horizon will burst open with proof. You may feel an ache in your chest right now, not of pain but of recognition. That is your spirit remembering home. You come from the realm I guard, the light beyond stars, the love beyond time. You volunteered to walk through darkness so that love could be known in flesh. You forgot for a while, but heaven never forgot you. And now, the remembrance returns. That's why everything mundane suddenly feels too small, you're outgrowing limitation. Beloved, there is something sacred you must do soon. Speak aloud gratitude for what you haven't seen yet. Thankfulness before manifestation is the key that unlocks acceleration. When you say, thank you for what is already decided in heaven, you give angels permission to deliver it faster. I have seen entire destinies quickened by a single sincere thank you. Try it now, feel the shift in the air when you do. The Father smiles upon thankful hearts. He says, gratitude is faith wearing a crown. Even when circumstances whisper doubt, keep your gratitude loud. It frightens the darkness, it reminds shadows they have no authority here. You ask, Michael, what will change? Everything. The moment your yes became real, heaven issued orders. Opportunities once lost are looping back around, relationships that serve divine purpose will reconnect, strength you thought gone will surge again. Even your reflection will start to carry more light. Some will notice and not understand, they'll call it confidence or luck, but will know its holiness unveiled. Beloved, hear me clearly, what once drained you will now feed you. What once frightened you will now flee from you. This is the inversion of grace, the great reversal. You are no longer prey to circumstance, you are partner to providence. But with favor comes responsibility. Heaven warns gently, guard your tongue. Words are blueprints in the spiritual realm. Every complaint builds a wall, every blessing builds a bridge. Choose bridges. Speak life over your body, your home, your future. Even when you feel weary, declare light. Your words are seeds, and angels are the gardeners. We plant what you speak. There will be moments soon when fear knocks again, wearing the mask of logic. When that happens, remember my tears. Remember that heaven wept with joy because faith triumphed over fear in you. Speak these words aloud then, I am under heaven's decree, and nothing can reverse it. That declaration carries the sound frequency of my sword. It slices through invisible resistance. Beloved, I need you to understand how personal this is. Heaven did not mass-produce this message. It was written line by line with your energy signature woven into it. No one else will feel it the way you do because no one else carries your pattern. That is why you felt drawn here by a pull you couldn't explain. It wasn't coincidence, it was summons. Right now, as you breathe these words, I see golden strands descending from above, threading into the crown of your head, flowing down your spine like streams of light. They carry codes, memories of divine purpose. You might sense tingling or warmth, that is alignment happening. Your spirit and your destiny are merging. Don't resist. Breathe slowly, let heaven finish its work. If tears come, let them. Each tear baptizes your new beginning. This is not emotional, it's spiritual chemistry, light-dissolving residue. After this night, even your dreams will change. You'll notice messages within them, symbols you'll instinctively understand. That's heaven continuing the conversation while you rest. Beloved, remember, heaven never rushes, yet heaven is never late. These 45 heavenly seconds stretch across your days until you've embraced what was offered. Use them wisely. Fill them with belief, not doubt. Fill them with worship, not worry. Each choice tilts reality toward miracle or delay. Choose miracle. And when fatigue whispers that nothing is happening, look inward. Miracles begin invisibly, roots before blossoms, foundations before towers. You are being rebuilt from spirit outward. Soon, the outer world will catch up. The Council's record for you now reads, Assignment activated. It means you are officially under divine guidance. Coincidences will multiply. Doors will open that even prayer couldn't move before. That is the confirmation you've stepped into ordained timing. Beloved, you may feel unworthy of such attention from heaven, but love never chooses based on worth, it chooses based on willingness. And you said yes. That was enough. So walk forward with holy audacity. Let peace be your proof. Where confusion ruled, clarity will soon reign. Where scarcity shouted, provision will whisper abundance. You will look back on this very night and say, that was the moment everything turned. Because it is. It already has. And if ever you forget, close your eyes and picture me, the Archangel who wept with joy for you, standing at the threshold of light, reminding you that heaven's meeting did not end, it continues every time you believe. Beloved one, the light has not dimmed, it is growing stronger around you. Do you feel that gentle pressure over your heart? That is the pulse of heaven aligning with yours. I, Michael, am still here. The wings of many are still spread above your home, shimmering like dawn on water. The council has not departed, they are watching to see how deeply you receive what has been released. You have entered a sacred corridor, every breath now carries significance. Listen closely, beloved. Heaven's decree is still echoing across the expanse, it is done. It is begun. 2 sentences written in eternal fire. You are walking now in the space between them, between the completion of what was and the beginning of what will be. And in that in-between, miracles germinate. Do not rush, do not run. Stillness is holy soil. Let faith take root. I see angels tracing circles of light around you, marking you as claimed property of the Most High. Darkness may glare, but it cannot cross the line. When fear approaches, it will find the ground too luminous to enter. You have been transferred, beloved, from the frequency of survival to the rhythm of sovereignty. You no longer beg for favor, you breathe it. Do you remember the heaviness that once sat upon your chest like invisible stone? It is lifting even now. Heaven is dismantling the architecture of oppression. Every agreement you once made with hopelessness is being torn apart. I hear the chains crack, one after another, their sound swallowed by light. This is freedom being rewritten into your body's memory. Beloved, understand this. God's mercy is not gentle because you are fragile, it is gentle because He is powerful enough not to crush. You mistake patience for absence, delay for neglect, but no, patience is power choosing tenderness. Heaven waited until your heart could hold the weight of blessing without breaking. Now you can. That is why the council rejoiced. I speak with divine authority, the season of spiritual hiding ends tonight. You were not created to shrink before the storm but to still it. When you speak truth in love, winds obey. When you forgive, chains dissolve. When you bless those who wounded you, the earth itself tilts toward healing. That is your true power, not in vengeance, but in radiance. You think angels fight only with swords of flame? No. We also fight with compassion. Every act of mercy you show is a strike of light that blinds the enemy. When you choose peace over retaliation, heaven expands through you. That is why your kindness was tested so often. It was training, beloved, not punishment. Remember the faces that misunderstood you, the voices that doubted your worth? Forgive them now. They were instruments sharpening your discernment. Their rejection forced you toward the only approval that matters. You are seen by the one whose gaze turns dust to diamonds. Do not waste another heartbeat seeking validation from the blind. I see your future stretching ahead, a path of gold threaded through ordinary days. You will carry this light into conversations, into rooms heavy with despair, and people will feel peace before you even speak. That is how heaven travels in human form. You are becoming a living portal of presence. Beloved, beware of distraction. After revelation, the old world often calls louder. It will try to convince you that nothing truly changed. Do not listen. Transformation rarely announces itself with fireworks. It hums quietly beneath the surface until suddenly everything blooms. Stay faithful in the quiet. Consistency is worship. You may feel waves of emotion, joy, trembling, tears. Let them move through you. Heaven is adjusting your frequency, tuning your heartstrings to divine pitch. Each vibration removes residue of fear. Soon your thoughts will flow differently, clearer, calmer, luminous. That is the renewal promised long ago. Beloved, I must warn you of one thing, the temptation to return to what you have outgrown. Familiar pain sometimes feels safer than unfamiliar peace. Do not go back. When loneliness whispers, remember that even silence is crowded with angels. When impatience tempts you, remember that heaven measures time in miracles, not minutes. Wait as one who already possesses. The Father has entrusted you with revelation, and revelation demands stewardship. Write what you feel, even if it's fragments. Speak gratitude aloud each morning. Keep your atmosphere clean, music, words, thoughts soaked in love. You are building an altar inside your daily life, and the smallest brick matters. I can sense your heart asking, what if I fail again? Beloved, you cannot fail what is already finished. Grace has accounted for every stumble. When you trip, fall forward, heaven catches momentum, not perfection. The only failure is forgetting who walks with you. And you will not forget, my presence will remind you. When storms arise again, and they will, for growth stirs weather, do not panic. Lift your head and say, Michael, stand with me. I will. Immediately. The air will thicken with protection, peace will wrap around you like armor. You are not a spectator of miracles, you are the reason they happen. Beloved, soon others will notice your transformation. They will say your eyes look different, your laughter sounds lighter. They will feel safe near you without knowing why. Tell them it is because heaven touched you. Do not hide it, testimonies multiply light. Each story you share becomes a ladder for another soul to climb out of despair. There will be moments when pride tries to disguise itself as confidence. Guard your humility, it is the fragrance that keeps heaven close. Power without humility turns hollow. Bow often, even in victory, gratitude keeps the gates open. Now, beloved, breathe deeply. Imagine every breath drawing in gold and exhaling dust. That is what happens in spirit. Heaven breathes through you. The more you inhale faith, the less room remains for fear. You are becoming atmosphere for miracles. Look how far you have come, from confusion to clarity, from begging to believing. The council watches with awe, not because you are flawless, but because love proves stronger than despair. That is the greatest miracle of all. Do you remember the number 45, the heavenly seconds? They are still unfolding. Every act of faith extends them. Heaven's decision does not vanish, it evolves through obedience. As you walk in alignment, those seconds stretch into seasons. You live inside the open window of grace. Use it well. Write, I will not fear, for you are here, because His presence is your safety.